Good morning, my name is Antonio Cerón, and this is the Cambridge C1 Advanced Speaking Test. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good morning, my name is Gabi, and I'm currently a high school student. In my free time, I enjoy listening to music, watching films, and spending time with my friends and family.
Hi, my name is Juanse. I am also a student, and I am really interested in sports, social media, and learning English because I think it's very useful for the future.
Thank you, Juanse. What do you enjoy most about studying English?
What I enjoy most in that is that English allows me to communicate with people from different countries. I also like the fact that the most films, songs, and online content are in English, so learning the language helps me understand them better. In addition, I think speaking English can open many opportunities in education and work.
Gabi, do you prefer studying alone or with other people?
Personally, I prefer studying with other people because it's usually more interactive and motivating. And when I study with my classmates, we exchange ideas and help each other understand difficult topics. However, when I really need to concentrate, I sometimes prefer studying alone in a quiet place.
Juanse, do you think young people nowadays spend too much time online?
Yes, in many cases, I think that they do. Social media and technology can be interesting and useful, but some teenagers become too dependent on them and spend less time interacting face to face. On the other hand, technology is also important for studying and communication, so I think the key is finding a balance.
Gabi, what kind of activities do you enjoy doing at weekends?
At weekends, I usually like relaxing after school. I often go out with my friends, play sport, or watch football matches. Sometimes I also spend time with my family because during the week everyone is usually busy.
Now, this is the part of the test. I am going to give each of you three pictures. I have liked you to talk about two of them. Gabi, here are your pictures. They show people doing different kinds of sport. I would like you to compare two of them of the pictures and say what role sports plays in these people's lives and how often you think they need to train. You have about 1 minute.
Okay, all these pictures show people making sports in and physical activity in different situations. I'm going to talk about the first one with the elder man playing with the girl and the people cycling. Okay, and the first picture shows an elderly man playing baseball with a little girl in the park. In my opinion, sport in this situation is mainly a new way of spending time together and strengthening family relationships. On the other hand, the third picture shows professional cyclists taking part in a race. In this case, sport clearly plays much more a significant role in their life because they probably are professionals and it's also their passion. Mm, for the elderly man, sport may be not be that important. It might be for maintaining health or energy despite his age, while for the child it could be to help her develop confidence and coordination from a young age. Unlike the first picture, the cyclist most likely train almost every day and follow strict routines involving exercise, nutrition, and recovery. And in the first picture, I don't think they do it frequently, just for fun and occasionally. So overall, both pictures show how important sports can be, although in this case, it's mainly most about enjoyment and family bonding, while in the other, it's more connected with the competition and achievement.
Thank you, Gabi. Now, Juanse, which of these sports do you think requires the most dedication?
Without a doubt, I had say cycling requires the most dedication because professional athletes need to train constantly, maintain strict diets, and push themselves physically and mentally every day.
Now, Juanse, here are your pictures. They show people exercising outdoors. I would like you to compare two of the pictures and say why the people might be exercising outside and how enjoyable the exercise might be. You have about 1 minute.
Well, all three pictures show people doing physical activity outdoors, although the situations are quite different. In one picture, there are people hiking in the mountains. In another one, there are athletes taking part in a running competition. And in the last picture, there is a group of children playing football with their coach. I am going to compare the first and the second picture. In the first picture, the people are hiking through what appears to be a mountainous area surrounded by nature. I imagine they might be exercising outside because they want to escape from their daily routine and enjoy some fresh air at the same time. Hiking is not only good for physical health, but it can also help people to relax mentally and reduce stress. In terms of enjoyment, I think that these activities could be extremely enjoyable because the environment looks peaceful and beautiful. The people are probably able to socialize, appreciate the scenery, and feel more connected with nature while exercising. By contrast, the second picture shows several runners practicing in what seems to be a professional race. Unlike the hikers, these people are probably exercising outdoors because they are training for competition or trying to improve their athletic performance. Their main motivation may be achievement and a personal goal rather than relaxation. Although running competitively can certainly be enjoyable, I think it may also be much more demanding and stressful because the athletes are under pressure to perform well and maintain a high level of fitness. Overall, both pictures seem beneficial and enjoyable in different ways. However, the hiking activity appears more relaxing and satisfying emotionally, while the running competitions seems more intense and focused on performance.
Thank you, Jose. Gabi, do you ever exercise outside? Why or why not?
Yes, I do, although not very often. I enjoy exercising outside because I find it much refreshing and motivating than walking indoors. I especially like walking or jogging in parks because being outdoors helps me relax and clear my mind.
Now, this is the end of part two. Now, I would like you to talk together about this question. Some people believe schools should spend more money on sports and physical activities for students. Here are some ideas and questions for you to discuss. What are the benefits of investing more money in sports at schools, and which benefit is the most important?
Mm, well, personally, I think one of the main benefits is that the students would become more healthier and more active. Nowadays, teenagers spend most of their time sitting down, either studying or using their phones and computers. So, schools should encourage students to exercise more frequently.
I am completely agree. A lot of young people have very unhealthy routines nowadays, especially because of social media and video games. If schools invest more money in sports facility and activities, students might feel more motivated to participate in physical exercises instead of spending all their free time online.
Exactly. Another important advantage is that sports can improve students' mental health. School life can be quite stressful due to exams, homeworks, and pressure from parents or teachers. So physical activity could help students relax and reduce anxiety.
That is a really good point. I have actually heard that exercise can improve concentration and academic performance as well. Students who practice sports regularly may feel more energetic and focused during classes.
Yes, and also I think that sports teaches valuable life skills. For example, team sports help students learn how to cooperate with others, communicate effectively, and solve problems together.
Definitely. In addition, sports can teach discipline and responsibility because students need to follow routines, attend training sessions, and work hard to improve. Those qualities are useful not only in sports, but also in adult life and future jobs.
That's true. Another possible benefit is that schools could help talented students develop professionally. If schools have better coaches and equipment, some students might have opportunities to compete professionally in the future.
Yes, especially in countries where talented athletes don't always have access to good training facilities. Schools could play an important role in supporting them from a young age.
And so, considering all the benefits, which one do you think is the most important?
Personally, I had probably say health is the most important because without a good physical and mental health, students may struggle in other areas of life as well.
I understand your point, although I think learning teamwork is and discipline might be more important and valuable in long terms. Those are qualities people continue using through their entire lives.
That's true, actually. Maybe the reason sport is so important is because it combines both things. It improves health while also helping students develop socially and emotionally.
Yes, I completely agree with that. I think schools should definitely invest more in sports because the benefits go far beyond physical exercise.
Right. Now, part four of the test. Do you think people nowadays do not exercise?
Honestly, I don't think most people exercise enough nowadays. Modern lifestyles have become much more sedentary because many people spend long hours sitting at work, studying, or using electronic devices. Technology has made life more convenient, but it has also reduced the amount of physical activity people do daily.
I agree, even though gyms and fitness trends are becoming more popular, many people still struggle to find time to exercise regularly. Busy schedules, stress, and lack of motivation often prevent people from having healthy routines.
Why do you think some people avoid doing exercise?
I think the major reason is the lack of time. Many adults are busy with their works or family responsibilities, while students are often overwhelmed with homework and exams. As a result, exercise becomes the less of priority.
I had also said that some people avoid exercise because they see it as something difficult or exhausting instead of enjoyable. For example, if someone has never practiced sports before, going to the gym might be feel intimidating.
Do you think professional athletes are good role models for young people?
In many cases, yes, professional athletes often inspire young people to work hard, stay disciplined, and propose their goals. Athletes usually spend years training and making sacrifices to become successful, and I think that the dedication can motivate teenagers' positivity.
I agree with you. Although I think it depends on athletes' behavior outside the sports as well. Some famous athletes influence young people negatively if they become involved in scandals or irresponsible behavior. Teenagers are easily influenced, so public figures should be careful about the example they set.
That's interesting. Do you think schools should make sport compulsory for all students?
Personally, I think they should because physical activity is essential for maintaining good health. Many students would probably never exercise if schools didn't encourage them to do so. However, I don't think a school should force anyone to practice the same sport.
Yes, I am completely agree with that. Schools should offer a wider variety of activities because not every student enjoy competitive sports like football or basketball. Some students might prefer swimming, dancing, martial arts, or even hiking.
Exactly, if students are allowed to choose activities, they will genuinely enjoy it. They are much more likely to participate enthusiastically and continue exercising in the future.
Do you think technology has made people less active?
Unfortunately, yes. Social media, streaming platforms, and video games encourage people to spend hours indoors, sitting down. In the past, young people used to spend more time outside, playing with their friends, where areas now many prefer staying at home using their phones.
That's true, although technology can also have positive effects. For example, many people use fitness apps, smartwatches, or online workout videos to stay active and monitor their progress. So I think technology itself isn't the problem, it depends on how people use it.
Thank you. That is the end of the test.
Thank you.